Alrighty, hello and good luck to Svartal Tulpin. Obvious mole here. Our opponent's playing first. That helps our mole. But wow, what a bum draw. This is much nicer. We need that second swamp to really get on board, but we happen to have 11 in our deck and a number of draw steps to get there. And curving out this way is always a good start to making sure we stay alive. Opponent's playing green. Ooh, and even a follow-up if we don't get that other swamp on turn. Oh yeah, and then big boy later. I like how this is going, especially with no pressure from the opposite side of the table. Mono green's coming down. Courser, please go for it. Another Eidolon. Okay, really could use that swamp now. I'm going to go ahead and put the Harpy out and start bashing in the air. I'm down for that. Velhide Minotaur isn't going to be blocking the Courser any better than the Eidolon is. I'm happy for the Eidolon to eat a combat trick here. That's a-okay with me. And since we have a backup Eidolon my opponent doesn't know about, that's probably why this guy was running. Maybe there's like an Asp or something. But until that actually goes down, we'll maximize our mana. I still don't see a need. There could be a pump or something that gets the Centaur Warrior through the Fellhide Minotaur. But I'd rather that thing kind of be wasted. Start making my opponent do something. Because right now we do have some blocks available to us. Let's see. Big boy. Yeah, we take a hit of damage here. But we do get a crack back, and we have our Eidolon. We are whiffing on lands, which is not fun. Would love it if we drew a swamp. Would just dig it. If it comes up too much later, then this Disciple of Phoenix isn't really going to get a whole lot of value. Unicorn? That's okay. Looks like my opponent's somewhat mono green. Could just be stuck on mana. Great. Yay! Here we go. Let's pull out the annoying cards in hand. See what's there. Ooh, hello. A number of things. So, Curse of the Swine is certainly an option. Right now my opponent's off the other island and has to draw it. And right now I don't think we can afford Curse of Swine to happen. And since our opponent's so behind, this Prophet isn't entirely insane. Prophet's way better on turn. But at the same time, knowing that my opponent has Curse of Swine means we're not in a horrible position. This is tough. Agent I don't care about. We'll win that race. Yeah, I think right now it's just Curse of Swine. And we know that there's a pro, a Prophet of Crufex, and an agent. A pro agent. Nice. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and attack him with our Bloodtail Harpy. Here comes the Prophet. Gotta remember the agent is still around but can't be played yet. And we just gotta get to win on tempo here, I think. There's nothing our opponent can do. I mean, our opponent gets to play the agent but can't really block, so we'll go in and tap out. There's no reason not to. I'm not going to attack in to the reached guy yet. Here comes the agent. What else is there? Unblockable. These guys are both out. That's pretty cool. So let's see. We go ahead and put the emissary onto the sentry. Gets to attack in. And we can discard the scholar to eat the staunch-hearted warrior. I like that. Do I? Maybe just wait a turn so I can have regen up, because it's a little bit risky. Thing is, I'm getting a little bit low on life. I don't want to get too far behind. What's some of the alternatives we can do? Right now I say we go for it. My opponent could have a comeback trick in hand, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Yep. So cool. Right now we got this race handled. Yep. Yup, yup, yup. Well, that's pretty sweet. I'm going to save it, though, because we can bash in for both. The warrior has to block here. We do two. I think I'd rather get the Atheros, the scholar out and start gaining life, to be honest. And just do the flyer thing right now. Oh wait, but I have to discard in order to make the guy stay alive. Well, that was kind of silly of me. Do I pay the 3 life? No, that's horrible. So we'll go ahead and discard the scholar. Nope. That means I should have just gone ahead and bestowed the Bloodtail Heartbeat instead of trying to play around things that don't really exist. Which I should do now, right? Yeah. Because I do want to have both of these guys as lethal for next turn. So we should be good. We got enough blockers to stay alive. Ooh, Sea God's Revenge kills us. So yeah, what I should have done that last turn was put the Emissary on the Bloodtail Harpy, attack in. We'd only have this one Scholar back up. I don't know why I was forgetting I needed to discard to keep this dude alive. But having 2 lethal flyers would have won the game there, and that was just kind of a slow roll. And now, a Sea God's Revenge totally destroys, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bounce 3 dudes. I assume these 3. Oh no, I guess we don't lose to Sea God's Revenge, because then there's not enough for an agent activation or for a monstrosity. Okay. It's not super horrible. Still, it was the right play to. I should have bestowed the second emissary on my Bloodtail Harpy. That definitely should have happened. Now my opponent's kind of tanking, seeing if there's a way to get out of this, which means there's definitely action in hand. And I am scared. There we go. So it is Sea God's Revenge. I see why my opponent's thinking so hard now. Am I F6'd? I don't think I'm F6'd. My opponent does not want to attack. Our flyers are no longer out. Do I want to go down 2-6 though? I think we'll just save this for discarding. If we attack him with both emissaries, the agent can trade off, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gets eaten by this gigantic guy, right? So we're gonna hang on to that guy. Right now it's just flyers. I like that my opponent has no cards in hand. Here comes an 8-8. I'm essentially at 6 life if I consider the agent doing damage to me and me having to regenerate the sentry in order to protect it to win, which means I don't win the race because there's a chump block coming from the Leaf Crown Dryad here shortly. My opponent's in top deck mode and I actually have gas, which is nice. Here comes the agent. My opponent clearly wants me to do that. I presume there's some kind of trick. No. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, attacking with the sentry. Gets chumped by Leaf Crown Dryad. Attacking with both of these guys. I've got guys to discard. Helps keep me alive. My opponent has to block all of these three, which will eat anything. There might be a big something, but we have discards to deal with it. My opponent knows I have the discards, though. So what is my opponent playing around? The thing is, if I don't kill my opponent this turn and don't eat creatures with each of my guys, I'm in a really tough spot. So am I more likely to see a pump from my opponent? I won't be able to play the Blood Toll Harpy. Or am I more likely to see a creature that makes it so that I can't stay alive? Well, we're about to find out. I think I should be attacking him with everything. Because I don't have to play the Fellhide Minotaur. Alright, so block comes down. So at least get rid of a couple of dudes. Does the Karamitras Occult matter? I mean, I might as well kill it considering I don't... It is an extra point of damage. We're not playing the Blood Toll Harpy because I can't. So 5/5. Cool. And then we'll play our Fellhide Minotaur. And any pump wins the game for my opponent. Like a Savage Surge or a Feral Invocation. That was kind of cool. A little tricky. Had a little bit of a misplay with that earlier Emissary, but that's alright. Luckily we were able to get ourselves out of that bind. I put myself there. It's my responsibility to get myself out of it. Okay. What do we want to get rid of? I don't really like anything I'm seeing here. Vapor's Kiss is here in case Monstrosity happens, although it's really just the that Sea God's monster when we got 4 Eidolons to deal with that guy. I like the deck. Is there anything I want to pull out? We saw at least a target for Ray of Dissolution, so I'm not like, you know, super worried about it. It takes out Leaf Crown Dryad at worst. Yeah, we're keeping it the same. Excuse my sips. I'm enjoying some green tea tea at the moment. Green tea at the moment is what I just said. This is a horrible hand. But my opponent's not really fast. I'm going to keep it because we do have very powerful spells. We will need a second swamp at some point. Ray is okay. Not great, but okay. Alright. Opponent has the manas. And we got the creatures. Alright, my opponent's not doing anything. Wow. Here are a whole bunch of our planes. 4 of the 7 in our deck. But we'll get an Emissary down next turn at least, and we're not on a lot of pressure, so that'll be great. Enchantment. Disciple. That's okay. Makes us work a little bit harder, but not too much harder. Love the emissary, but technically I don't like it in terms of Magic Online because you can't F6 through your turn with it. Really would like an Eidolon soon. I guess not super soon, but soon enough. Yay! Or a second swamp. That's pretty good too. This puts us in a really nice position here. Two more turns, this guy can start bashing through for a whole bunch. So I actually do want an Eidolon at that point. Curse the swine. Ain't that a bummer? Well, we knew that card was there. Wasn't too keen on playing around it. Does make a lot of the rest of this difficult. But opponent missed a land drop, so we're far away from the Sealock monster mattering. 3. I could bestow the boar right now. Have a 5/5 and then maybe discard the scholar. Kind of like that idea. But then it can't get through the double block, so I don't like it that much. I'm still going to bestow because I don't want to. Well, actually, no. I'm going to start getting the Scholar of Athros going. We'll at least get a trigger, and we might even use the Ray of Disillusion. And we're just looking to go late, so that's fine. And I kind of like putting the Emissary on the Scholar because bigger butt I enjoy. Yeah, this is great. Let our opponent attack, then we'll double block. And it's called a blowout, my friend. Kill one of our boars. I'm tempted just to go ahead and do the sip on the Sealock monster now so we can get in some damage. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and bestow here. My opponent's tapped out. There's nothing that can happen. So we get, I think, what's going to be a free attack. Because we can just discard a creature. Yeah, my opponent's enough life where shouldn't be attacking. I do want to play out my lands because the Scholar will be able to eat away pretty quickly. Omen Speaker, not super scared about. My opponent's slowly getting to Sealock monster range, but we have the sip to help with that. And a Leaf Crown Dryad to boot. So I'd say it's about time for me to go ahead and Sip of Hemlock this guy for yeah, because I can't kill it with a discard, so that's what we'll do. Yeah. There's nothing else my opponent is holding in hand that's powerful, I presume. And I'm fine keeping my board back for defense. Actually, it's probably wrong. Because I'm sure I should just offer the trade. It's better. The Scholar of Athros is now kind of my entire basket. Ooh, another Sealock monster. Well, we do have a way to pound through it, but next turn my opponent gets to Monstrosity, and then there's a real race happening. Okay. So what does my opponent have to make this good? Nothing. That was fascinating. One, two, three. Now we'll start doing the scholar thing. Ooh, hello, Prophet. It's a little late to the party. Yes. A read the bones would be awesome on the draw. On my draw step. I'm waiting for the guy still. Yep, here we go. Okay. Cool. Oh, and an Eidolon. That's kind of nice. One, two, three, four. Yeah, we'll still bash in. Even if there's a flash something, I'm pretty sure it's just the land that's been holding on to. Well, maybe there wasn't because my opponent was bashing him out, so this could get scary. Nope, just hanging on. One, two. I'm gonna hang on to the Baleful Eidolon. I don't need it out, and I'd rather keep it for discarding against the Emissary. What else is there? Horizon Scholar. There we go. Yeah, but I think our Scholar of Atheros is going to go to town here pretty easily. Alright. We're okay with this race at the moment. Mainly because of this guy. And my opponent played out a land, so we know there's nothing in hand. So it's my opponent's basically doing 3 points of damage a turn, and we're doing 9. That seems silly. So hold on, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I forgot. These guys get to untap as well. That's just lands. So never mind. That was a wonderful attack on my opponent's part. Still get to attack though, so that's cool. So we will do that. And I think I'm going to want to bestow the Eidolon on my Blood Heartbeat to take out the Horizon Scholar. Unless my opponent panics and starts chumping or something. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's game, right? Yes. My opponent has no cards in hand. Cool. And there we go. On to the finals with another black deck. Surprise, surprise.